Okay, let's do this. Here we go. Welcome. Talking Back with Leslie. Leslie, welcome back to Homeless Left with us. Thanks for being here on this pretty cool show I think we've had today so far.
Okay, so I'm all the way at the top. We have a lot of comments today. Obviously, I can't read all of them, but yeah, there's a lot of obviously new viewers from Do Dissidents who are themselves amazing and great. I follow them everywhere. Let's see, there's a lot of cool shout outs and things. A lot of people again from Do Dissidents, really cool. Wichigo, RFK Jr. wants you to believe anti-Semitism is the greatest health emergency in the U.S. Yeah. You couldn't make this shit up. A Zio compromise fraud. Oh, RFK.
Yeah.
But I kind of knew this from the beginning.
Yeah.
His
Oh,
Zionism.
absolutely. I mean, we know his character now, so we understand that once you expose who you are in one area, it's not, we talked about this before on the show, guys. You know that it's not about being a one issue voter. When you see how somebody behaves in one arena, when it's like how are you responding to Palestine? How are you responding? You're calling them the most pampered people on the planet, and you're doubling down on this, and you're saying blank check to Netanyahu, and you're doing all this crap. We see you've been compromised. So why does that not tell us that that's going to happen again when it comes to the health and freedom, or the medical freedom movement? Why would you not be compromised again? It's only going to be that one issue. You're going to have total integrity in the other one. So no, we're not going to just ignore Israel because you were made the head of the HHS. We're going to see that you set a pattern of behavior, and we're going to be very skeptical. And what do you know? He's making compromises left and right. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. From all sentient beings, what you just said, Matt, responding to Wichigo. And he also said that Palestinian people are the most pampered people on the planet. Did he say that before Donald Trump got in office? I don't remember. That's when someone was challenging him.
No, of course. No, so when he said that, after October 7th, he went on Crystal and Sagar, back when we were still giving them a little bit of chance.
Yeah.
Crystal got that right. Crystal had basically RFK on to talk about Palestine. He went on there, and I guess, when he said that, you saw her face. She was like, "What did you just say? Are you effing kidding me?" And this is after October 7th. This is when he had gone independent. He's not with the Democrats at this point. He's certainly not. The Maha movement hasn't started yet. It was his independent campaign, and he was just on his own saying they're the most pampered people on the planet. And Crystal Ball was like, "Are you effing kidding me?" So no, he's not back down from that. What we saw Derek Bros try and approach his campaign manager months after that and say, "Do you still stand behind?" Or she intercepted. She intercepted that that discussion he had when he cornered RFK Jr. He said, "Are you still going to back what you said?" And he said, "Yes, I back it." So he has not retreated 1 inch, not 1 inch.
Mm-hmm. All sentient beings as well. I know a million people who love Miss Rachel. This is ridiculous. I do too. And I think before all this scandal was happening, I told you, Matt, about my friends who play Miss Rachel all day for their kids. She's lovely. I know it's a show for kids, but I love her too. And she's all about love and peace for all people, everyone. She's posted about the other side as well, but especially about the thousands of innocent lives and babies and children's lives who were lost in this war. So I really love her harder for this. So I know a lot of people are with her, and she has a lot of support from a lot of people like myself and a lot of moms who love her, who may not know a lot of what's happening in politics. We know she's a good person. So I'm really sorry to her and her team for having to go through this crap.
I mean,
a load of crap.
This is just a joke, a tragedy that she's got her 20 million followers, and they're just trying to take her down because she has influence. What to say things like the children, pray for the children, to all the people in power, stop killing people. When was that something? When was that ever controversial to say? I mean, that's in all of our children's songs. We grew up with all this stuff. The we are the world, and and
Yeah.
peace and harmony. This land is your land. I'm just the list is a mile long of just these. This is an old adage that you teach kids. You teach kids about love and nurturing and not being violent and being anti-violence, right? Uh, and then begging our leaders to stop the wars. I mean, we've been doing that our whole lives, but it doesn't. These are blanket ideas that don't really have any. So even to call it propaganda, what's the propaganda? You're not. She's not really saying. That's the thing, Leslie. She's not even really saying much. She's just saying stop the killing. Let's have everybody be okay. That's not. It's not a
Right.
political maneuver. It's not an agenda. She's not saying ceasefire now. She's not saying end the occupation. So it's insane to me that you're gonna. But the reason they're going after her, stop anti-Semitism is going after her because she's got 20 million followers, and just to say something simple like
Hmm.
save the children, don't kill any more people. You're putting a human face on these children, and then more people out of that 20 million are going to be like, "Oh, wait, what's going on?" Because they didn't tell me on TV what was going on. Now I'm hearing it, so that's what we want to avoid is truth being exposed. That's all. It sucks.
Yeah. So with her millions of followers, she must have a lot of influence on people, and now she's spreading Hamas propaganda.
Oh yeah, dangerous,
The
dangerous.
dangerous infants, dangerous toddlers, and children and elderly people.
They said to the Trump campaign, "We want you to investigate who is paying her." Because she's not making enough money off of you.
Investigate.
It's insane. Investigate who's paying her. Because first of all, she's not making enough money on her 20 million followers on YouTube. Second of all, so she needs more money. Second of all, this is perfect because she's able to get
Hmm.
this message of Hamas terrorism out there. And there's no other reason in the world you'd say save the children, stop killing people, unless you were getting paid. And we all know that. There's no reason to say that unless someone's writing a paycheck. There's no normal person would say let's stop killing people unless they were getting paid. So that's the claim there. That's insane.
Hey, that anti-Semitism page on X, that's like a group, right? I don't have X. I will get X, guys. I will. I keep saying that for months. I'm gonna get it. Just keep forgetting. But that group, the anti-Semitism,
Oh, they're
whatever, you don't
horrible.
have to click on it. I was just wondering, like they also have a very large following, a lot of supporters and followers on that
Yeah.
on their page.
There's a lot of pro-Israel groups on Twitter. A lot of them, they're all self-proclaimed Zionists and saying we're going to get the terrorists and all the Hamas people, and they're very it's there's a lot. But guess what? We also have a lot of peace people, a lot of pro-Palestine, a lot of anti-war people. So we counter that,
Yeah,
and it's good. And I'll say this: Elon has not suspended those accounts of Palestine people. He hasn't terminated them. A little shadow banning going on. We can see that, but we exist and we're there, and it's at least we have that. At least we have that. So
yeah, there's some super advanced algorithm technology things because when I post things on my social media that are stupid or fun or funny or has nothing to do with anything and it's not going to hurt anyone, I get hundreds of views.
yeah,
And then I post about certain things, again, Zionism and certain things that the government doesn't like, or there's some advanced algorithm. I don't know. I get like 12 or 13 or 20 views sometimes. How does that work? I don't understand it. But definitely, yes to shadow banning. You were mentioning the Elon Musk thing, but there's something funny going on. It can't be a coincidence that every time I post something about being anti-war or anti-genocide, I get very little views. Isn't that interesting? Okay,
yeah.
let me keep going. um, we're talking about Miss Rachel and Bill CR12. The really nice person, Bill, I assume he's a guy, wrote, "God bless you, Matt." Thank you. Yeah, some comments before that. Let's see. R. Dean Dubia. Israel is a pre-crime project. No arrest, just death. Yeah, they're not arresting people, Matt. I mean, they're taking. Would you call
No,
them
no.
prisoners of war,
So
or
what he's
just
talking about, we were covering the pre-crime program that UK's putting out to their people. They're literally doing the plot of Minority Report, the Spielberg film from 2002. It's coming to life. It might as well be a Black Mirror episode that we're living through at this point. where pre-crime division is being put together, where they're going to arrest you before you do something. So that's exactly what Israel is. It's a pre-crime project. He's 100% right. They have to. So as we're seeing a genocide happen, their justification is we have to do the genocide because they want to genocide us. So their justification is something of a feeling. We have a feeling that they're going to do something, so we're going to stop you beforehand. And we're like, but you're doing the thing that you're afraid. You're actually, well, we get to do the thing because we're afraid you're going to do it in the future. So it's 100% a pre-crime project, and that it's bullshit, and that we
It
get.
is. So it's basically already kind of a crime to be an indigenous person born in that land
Yeah.
in the Middle East.
Mm-hmm. It's a crime
For
to
the
be
life
born
of me,
there.
I can't. Okay.
Because it means that you automatically hate Jews if you're born in Palestine. You can't help it. And it's okay to kill babies in Gaza because the babies would have grown up to be Jew killers. That's it. That's it.
What
And so it's
world are
okay.
we living in?
I can
We're
sleep
like,
at night.
in a,
I can sleep at night because of pre-crime.
yeah, we're in a Black Mirror episode, Matt and
Yep.
viewers. Okay, let's see. In response to that, all sentient beings, and the IDF is not the most moral and ethical army in the world. That's to you, and to everyone. Who there was a thing we keep talking about this matter. We keep mentioning that somebody out there said that the IDF is the most. Did they use the word ethical? The most moral.
Oh, that's another RFK Jr. talking point.
Is that what RFK said?
They're the most moral army in the world.
He did say that.
He did say that, and
The
others.
most moral.
He's not the only one that said. He coined the term pampered Palestinians, but this is when they all share. You heard this language multiple times. He's one of them that's guilty of it. That's called them a moral army, the most moral,
The most moral.
ethical. Yes.
Ardeen Dubia. They want to remove free speech in the U.S. so they can arrest us more readily. Almost every state in the U.S. has its own cop city.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't have any YouTube comments up or from other streaming sites.
If I see one, I'll throw one on.
Okay.
That's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this comment from Nurses United. Yes, it's refreshing to be able to connect with people, with complete strangers instead of people in real life. I cannot have these convos with people at work. It's mostly Trump is a dictator conversations. Yeah, and I agree with you, and I'm frankly kind of tired of trying to talk to some people. I mean, I do have a few people in my personal life and at work maybe that I can talk about these things too, but we have to talk in private, Matt. Isn't that funny?
No, that's unfortunately that's
We have to be
what
on the
life
hush
is
hush.
now. That's what life is now. We have to be careful about who we talk to, who we engage with. We're the ones that have to be walking on eggshells. They don't have to walk on eggshells. They can do whatever they want. There's no consequences for them.
No, because Trump is the boogeyman. He's the bad guy, and that if we get rid of him, for in a lot of people's minds, if we get rid of him, the problems of the world will be solved.
Yep. That's it.
Okay.
Done. Case closed.
SGB1170. It's not lefty, not on the right either, but I dig this vibe. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that. And that's what we're about. We're not, and we're not centrist. Let's be clear. We're not centrist. We're not moderates. That's what they want us to say we are. So it kind of puts us still in the establishment, just in the middle of it. We're not in the establishment. We're on the bottom. We are on the ground with the people, and we're done with the entire thing. Now we have our values that we started with, that we didn't lose our values, our lefty values that they abandoned. So we want to keep them. And we realize this part's important. We realize the big aha moment is once you leave the two-party duopoly, and again, you're not in the middle, you're still where you are. Like we out-lefted the left. I want to be clear here. We out-lefted the left when we said we are anti-war. Oh, you're not? We out-lefted the left when we said we are against censorship. Oh, you're not? We out-lefted the left when we said we're for labor rights and a living wage. Oh, you're not? Oh, not now, later? Healthcare, not now, later? We all want the same things. So we find ourselves, again, not in the middle in some sort of like centrist moderate position. We're on the bottom with the people, and we're rising up together. And left and right doesn't matter anymore. It really doesn't. And we can apply these principles and realize that man, we have way more in common with our, right wing, as you would call right wing populists. I have way more in common with them than the left wing establishment, neocon, neoliberal class, which is what happened to the Democratic Party and most of our friends here in LA, unfortunately.
There's a whole conversation with several people regarding vaccinations and how somebody was it. Let me see. Might have been Kinky too, who was kind of harassed in the hospital and got a big. The doctor was able to bill them a lot of money just to be yelled at and kind of be shamed for not getting a vaccination. So sorry that happened, and I let them know to file a grievance. You can file a grievance for sure. But there's quite a lot of comments regarding that. I don't know. I don't think we have time to read
Okay.
a lot of these
Well, I'll
comments.
put one of Kinky 2 up because I saw. Okay, this is
Yeah,
I saw this one. I'm fully insured, but my doctor is a big medicine quack. Yeah, that's
yeah, and I would say most or many, most, if not
mhm,
all, not all, but most of them are, and that's because I also work with a lot of them who are very get everything kind of people for prophylaxis, which just means to prevent illness or a very severe illness of whatever. Get everything, even for newborn babies, inject them with everything, and 2-month-old babies, get them everything. Better safe than sorry kind of thing. Uh, so I just say do what you think your body needs and do what's best for your body. I'm a nurse that is anti-mandate, and you know that from the very beginning. I'm all for body autonomy and my body, my choice, but not for all aspects, not just for one, because there's a lot of people in the streets that are, fighting for women's rights, which I love and support, and I love them all, but they're also, a little, well, it only applies to this subject, doesn't apply to what's best for the community. You have to do certain things to protect your elderly and the community. So I'm for all, my body, my choice, and all autonomy for all aspects. So I'll just end with that.
no,
And I
I'm
support
glad you
all of
and
you.
well, for those that are watching our show for the first time, perhaps came over from Due Dissidence, and we appreciate you guys. Welcome, welcome. And if you're hearing Leslie talk right now, and it's the first time you're meeting her with us with the Homeless Left, Leslie, as she said, she is an RN, and so a lot of your feedback is coming from a place of kindness and humanity because you were one of the nurses that did not fall for the at least the scam that was the everybody shut up, and if you say something against the
Mhm.
system you're going to be punished, you're going to be in trouble. You were always willing to look at other things, and I think that's why you ended up with me on the show and doing this and still doing what you can do in your job to help people. But you're fighting this every day. I know you going in every single day having to fight the profit machine that is anti people, anti health, and so it's a hard thing to do. And I appreciate, I respect that you do this still every day.
It's
And
very
yeah,
It's very difficult. Yes, for like Matt said, for the people watching, yes, I'm an RN in a big hospital here in California, and I did post this on social media that we're here talking, and so I'm not sure if there's anyone watching this that's disagreeing, but it has been very difficult,
hmm
to say the least, having to experience the kind of like, I don't want to say the harassment or the bullying, but a little bit of shaming of, oh, that person over there, they're anti-vax, or that person over there, they're one of those Trumpers probably. Oh my God, it's been so difficult. But anyway, I support all of you and all the viewers, and if people think that things are right for them and for their bodies, with informed consent, Matt, do whatever the heck you want with informed consent. But the big issue is that a lot of people do not have that informed consent. They are being told
well,
this
no,
is safe and effective. Do it for you and for the people you love. Thumbs up.
nobody had informed consent
No.
when they rolled out the jabs. Nobody did because they were hiding it all on purpose. Pfizer didn't want to release that data for 75 years,
Yeah,
and
there's
of
no
course,
talk about side effects or
yeah.
adverse effects. Just to sit down in this area for 15 minutes in case something weird happens. Well, what can happen? Just in case anything happens. Eh,
Yeah.
I went through that 3 times. It sucked. Okay, all right. We're not even halfway. Let's see.
No, we're getting there. I
Are
I
we?
appreciate, yeah. Okay, it's all good. You're doing good because we can't again, guys. We can't get to everyone, but anything that sticks out, let's engage and yeah, we'll get.
Yeah, so support. We support all of you, all the commentary about that subject. You know, Matt, and I think a lot of viewers know as well that I love to save money. My money's my money. I don't like to buy new things all the time. I hardly do, and I don't like to. I also don't like to continue to feed these crazy corporations that just want our money. So what I suggested in one of the comments to go on your local buy nothing Facebook groups. It's going to be hot summer. Look for air conditioners there. Some people give out all their stuff for free. Go on Facebook Marketplace. Go on what's the other app? OfferUp. You're going to find a lot of things that you need from your neighbors and people that live locally to you. That way you save money and the money circulates within each other, within the community kind of thing.
Oh, I
That's it.
found you.
30 seconds. Done. The end.
Oh, I love your picture, by the way.
I'm sorry?
I
Oh,
love your picture, by the
oh
way.
yeah. I think was it Wishigo who noticed? Thank you. And let me read this one a little higher from Wishigo. Two of my favorite alternative media truth tellers together. Totally.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you for that comment. Really
oh,
cool.
wow. I thought that sentence was going to end with "do dissidents." They're two awesome ass truth tellers, but I think when he says together, is he talking about me and Keaton today?
He's
Was
talking
that?
about you and Keaton, I think.
Oh wow, very cool. Thank you, Wish to go. That's awesome. I just honestly, I didn't read the. I just saw the first half of the sentence. I just assumed you were giving a shout out to D. We call it the DD boys, the Do Dissidents boys, who are awesome.
Yeah,
But
the
yeah,
both of you. And
yeah,
actually, Wishigo, the one of the new comments says, boycott everything. Yeah, boycott everything and let's support each other in our community and buy used, not Goodwill. Goodwill is for profit. The owner of Goodwill drives a $400,000 car or something. I don't like shopping from there. Local thrift shops, neighbors from each other, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, all that stuff. And your local Buy Nothing group. Please join it. I highly recommend it. Matt, you see how many awesome
oh
things I
yeah,
get from the
oh it's
neighbors.
great. Yeah, that's a
Boycott
great
everything.
point.
Boycott Amazon. Just boycott all these crazy big corporations.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move on to Longmeadow. The movie entertainment industry will contact the White House and remind them the political loss of profits from this tariff war with China. With China, another incoming loss for the Donald. Ha, more to
Mm-hmm.
come.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Longmeadow. That's the communication between uh, Hollywood and the White House is they're so locked step together. Everything is they're aligned so perfectly because they have to communicate. The CIA goes to Hollywood to say, how do we present this? Help us present this story. You guys are good at you're the best at acting, so tell us how to do it. We'll perform for you, and then you're going to do these movies. They're going to send the message we need to send to the audience. It's always American exceptionalism. It's always rooting for us, rooting for the American. We're always the empathy's there. So when the next illegal war, we can gain the public's backing, the manufacture consent, as Noam Chomsky once said, and that's how it works. So they work together. Absolutely. There you go.
Where'd she go? How about deporting Epstein's VIP client list first? Yes, they are unlikely to ever face justice. The U.S. prison industrial complex will not be happy if they have fewer prisoners for slave labor.
That's a great point, Wishigo. They're talking about getting people out of here. You haven't released the list. You have the list. Why don't
Where
you
is
just
it?
round them all up like you did with the Venezuelans
Hmm.
and just tell us they're bad and don't even and then just say we figured it out. They're gone. We won't even tell you who they are. They're gone. Just do that. If it really was about getting rid of the bad guys, do that. That would be the first order of business, which is never going to happen. All right, let me throw this cheese slice on YouTube because you don't have access on this one. But he said the only thing exceptional about America is that everyone has health care except us. That's right, cheese slice. Thank you for that, Jamie. Yeah, it's exceptionally awful that we are the only ones without it.
Yeah, we have to be able to afford it, like with the Affordable Care Act that everyone was bragging about. They're so happy, but it was not affordable for everyone. Even for me, a working nurse, when I had the what's it called, healthcare reform, everything was either hundreds of or thousands of dollars out of pocket. It was pretty awful. So
That wasn't healthcare reform. That was some bullshit right-wing plan that Obama took from Mitt Romney. It was a Republican plan that was done in Michigan. There was no single payer. You punished people who couldn't afford it. Nothing about that was progressive, as they say. It just wasn't. And so it was designed to get people to pretend that something had gotten done. And then it was like a two birds with one stone. They were able to make half the country think something great had happened, and Obama was championing the people when he wasn't. And on the other hand, you had the other half of the country got to be like, aha, look at how it failed. So it was designed to fail. That was the point. And then they see that's the last time we listen to you progressives about any ideas to help people. F you. Look how bad that Obamacare ended up being, and that was by design.
really badly. Okay, I'm gonna breeze through some more.
Okay.
Kinky too. I went to our local hands off with my defund NATO button. Yeah. Eventually they figured out you were pro Trump, which I'm not. I voted Stein as I do every election.
We voted for Stein, and everybody said, "What are you Trumpers doing?" Right?
Everyone was so mad at us.
Yeah, they're like so angry, so
Angry.
a vote for Stein is a vote for Trump. Actually, they didn't say that. They don't even know who Jill Stein is. They didn't care. They're like, I don't even know who you're talking about. A vote for anyone other than Kamala was a vote for Trump. That's their logic. It's insane. It's effing.
Well,
insane.
listen, yeah, I was called by some former friends that I'm not no longer for women, and I was like, Dr. Jill Stein is a woman. She's a woman. Oh well, I looked her up. She's a Russian bot. Okay, there's really no way to have conversations with some people. So anyway, Kinky too, I like your
Yeah.
comments.
And I love the defund NATO button that you showed.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Good for you.
Very good. I like this comment from which she goes, Satan Yahoo, the modern day Zion Nazi Hitler. Make Israel Palestine again. Dismantle Zionism. And a lot of shout outs for Keaton. Yeah, it's very awesome that he was on the show. From the Dilla 34, Keaton is so wonderful. Always great reporting. Yep. Longmeadow, thank you, Keaton. More thank you, Keaton. Awesome. Power to us people, Nurses United.
Hell yeah.
Mundo Cat, save the world and humanity. Defund Israel now.
Nice. Thank you, Mundo Cat. Israel, the fund right now. Yeah.
Long Meadow, Trump says a bunch of beautiful people here, beautiful people, the homeless left, beautiful people. Give me time, there will be beautiful people for the homeless right too.
Okay. I'm gonna try it. Hold on, let me do it again.
Yeah, you try it.
All right. A bunch of beautiful people here. Beautiful people. Homeless left. Beautiful people. Give me time. There will be beautiful people for the homeless right too.
That was funny. Airwaves sent a tweet. I think Airwaves reposted your show.
Cool.
In one of
Thank
these.
you. Yes, thank you.
I always click them just to save them so I can check them out later. If you guys have really cool links or recommendations of things we should watch on YouTube or Rumble or whatever, please comment because these will disappear when the show ends, and I don't want to miss anything great or anything good. Okay.
Yeah.
I would refuse a private round table with that war criminal. Just ethical that way. I would refuse to.
That's right. That's what we were talking. That's what we were comparing them with some of these other ones on the left that took. I mean, I guess the one I brought, I used as an example, but there were a bunch of them. A lot of them didn't do it. They said, I ain't doing that shit. So the one I showed was somebody who did do it and then decided I'm out after she took some money from the Biden White House, who said, here's some money, make us look good. And at some point she said, no, I'm out. That's too much. I'm not. I'll report the thing you want me to, but I'm not going to do it in the way you want me to do it. So I'm out. And she kind of let the cat out of the bag and told us this is what happened. I hope that there's people that are able to do that if you're asked to be in a room with Netanyahu. Is anyone saying no and then telling what was asked of them, or maybe I don't know. Maybe it's too scary. Are people more scared of Netanyahu than Joe Biden? Demented Joe is not as scary. There's going to be more backlash if you defy Netanyahu, so you might as well just go with it, because otherwise, what's the other option? He's going to come kill you or something. I don't know, but I'm not seeing any pushback. They're enjoying. They're like gloating about this. Tim Pool is gloating about his meeting with him. I don't understand.
Mhm. With Chico, I'm heavily shadow banned on Twitter. Oh, because I mentioned that I'm very shadow banned on my social medias. They also censor my tweets. So tweets
Yeah.
are being shadow banned too, and I can't use the word Zion Nazi. I have to use like derivatives of the word I want to use, like with zeros or something, because
Yeah.
if I write the actual word I want to write, sometimes Instagram or Facebook says, "Oh, unable to post this post."
Oh, look at this. Black Mirror season 7 out in the UK. Black Mirror in real life though.
We are living in a Black Mirror
Oh,
dystopian. I don't know, sixth dimension weird. I don't know. It's also weird. I don't know
thanks
what's
for
gonna
the
happen
heads
in the
up.
next
I'll
few
see if
months.
we have it at the US yet. But man, are we even like we even get a watch? Do we even need to watch this shit anymore? We're just
No, just put a
living.
camera so they
Yeah.
can watch us. Maybe the
Yeah.
aliens are watching us, and we're their freaking TV show.
Oh,
Airwaves.
I
I'm
like it.
traditional left, anti-war. That's traditional left, anti-war, anti-censorship, pro-worker, pro-body autonomy, anti-cop, anti-intel agencies.
Hey, Airways, we
I'm gonna copy that.
all agree. We didn't leave the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party left us. So, but good riddance. I'm glad they did. I don't want to be in a party anymore, anyways. I don't get fuck
Well, like
party.
Jimmy Dore said, we've out left the left, right?
We all left to the left, and then they have to call. They have no choice but to call us right wingers now because they can't admit we out lefted them because then they're gonna look bad. So they have to call us righties now, I guess. So
Yeah.
there you go.